So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. You know, you can try all you want to change a woman into who you want her to be, but she's never going to change. Not for you. So as men, we put ourselves in these situations where we end up with women who don't measure up to what we want them to measure up to, but we feel like we're magicians and we can magically transform a woman into what we want her to be. But if you meet a woman young enough, yes, there's a possibility you can do that. But you men are meeting women in their 30s already. A woman in her 30s is set in her ways. The only thing that's going to change her is a life experience. And by that time, if she's still set in her ways, it's going to take one hell of an experience to change her from who she is. So just remember this. If she transforms into who you want her to be suddenly, it's only an act. Give her 3 hours. Because even the best actress can only act for 2. Someone sent me a piece of content of Meagan Good. You know, she's got a new movie with, Jamie Foxx and Snoop Dogg. I actually watched the movie, man. It's weird. It's called Day Shift. So y'all check it out, man, but be warned. She was talking to an interviewer, and he asked her what was next. She named a bunch of things. And then she named, hopefully, children, or at least a child. But not once did she name a husband or marriage again. Because women in this particular society don't think you're necessary as a husband to have a child. Because there's some man out here who will just have a child with her and not require anything else, who will willingly be a single dad or an absent father to acquiesce to the demands of a woman, especially if she's an attractive woman. Let's take a look at this video, man. We'll come back and break it down on the real tip.
This is 41.
This is 41, and you're single now. What has that been like for you?
It's been interesting. It's, how do I say? It's been an interesting year. I don't know what else to say just yet because I'm still kind of growing through it. I'm definitely still in a process. Every time you think the process is like, okay, we're in a good shape, you're like, oh, not so much, But what I will say is that God's been sustaining me, and I have an incredible core of folks who just love me and show up for me and pour into me and, give me words and pray for me and cover me. And again, the work has been amazing, and everybody that I work with has been like really incredible. Like, it's a blessing. So yeah, it's been an interesting season, but I'm embracing it and I trust God, and I'm like, all right, Lord, what's next? And excited to see the open road in front of me and what's next. I don't know, which is kind of crazy. And
Now, if you notice, she talked about how the year has been difficult. She talked about all the things she has going on, but not once did she mention her divorce. The guy said, you're single now. She never mentioned the divorce. She never mentioned the ex-husband. She never mentioned any of it. You know why? Because it meant absolutely nothing to her. If you meet a woman and you want her to change for you, guess what? She's not your type and you're not hers. So to become what you want her to be in order to be compatible with you, that means that you're not the man who matches with her normally, who would mesh with her, or she's not the woman who would mesh with you and blend into your life the way she should. But men still go the extra mile because the woman is so beautiful to them and they're so attracted to the woman that they want to have her by any means necessary, even if it's the type of means that's going to ultimately lead to the dissolution of the relationship. Now, Devon Franklin pressed this woman about family. He wanted a family. She was busy. She didn't want a family. It was like, I just can't do it right now. I can't do it. But now with the ripe old age of 41, she doesn't want a family. She just wants a child. And that's not the most telling thing here. Let's listen to her talk about what her future plans are to lead young girls. Now listen to what she just said. Look at her behavior. Look at her history. And she's saying her absolute goal is to lead young girls into understanding that you're more than what somebody expects you to be. You can be whatever you want to be, pretty much. So basically, don't worry about being a good girl. Don't worry about being somebody's wife. Don't worry about measuring up to somebody's expectation. Just live freely out here and do whatever you want to do. The problem is they're not in Hollywood. They got to be out here working a regular job. They ain't got Hollywood money. They got to be living check to check out here. Let's take a listen.
That's what I was gonna say. Is what is next? What do you look at and you say, well,
A lot more directing. You know, hopefully kids at some point, or a kid. Let's see. Traveling, more traveling, creating more vehicles for young Black girls, make sure they are able to show that they are more than just how somebody may see them, but that they're capable of so many different things.
Now, you know how many women out here living check to check? You know how many women out here, man, robbing Peter to pay Paul? You know how many women out here running up this credit card to pay that credit card bill and then running that credit card right back up to pay rent, to pay a car note, to pay some bill, to pay some department store balance or whatever it is. Come on, man. The average woman out here is struggling mightily, but she can put up a good face on social media. She can put up a good front on social media. As long as she looks good, she can always have at least one trick who's going to come through and break bread with her. See, I keep telling y'all the beta males, sim anginas are ruining relationships. In America, there are too many of those guys. You can't compete with those guys. Those guys have made it to where why would a woman want just one husband when she can have 5 guys who will be her temporary husband whenever she needs them to be? A woman can have a different man come over to her house for dinner and fix and clean whatever she wants him to do and do whatever she wants him to do intimately and leave some money with her. She can have 5 different men for 5 days of the week. Some women, that's their job. Their job Monday through Friday is to be a wife to different husbands. Send them on their way. And then have her weekends to herself. Or to be a side chick to some husband. Let him come whenever he can get away. Put pressure on him because he's married. Convince him she wants a relationship which he can't give her. And get money out of him because of that.
You already gotta go home to her. What I'm gonna do? I gotta be in the bed by myself.
Oh, here you go, baby. Here you go, baby. Yeah, I'm gonna fix it in a while, baby. I'm gonna leave her for long.
That's how men get caught up in the telling that lie they're gonna leave their wife. And then when the side chick get mad, she ain't getting mad because she wants you. She get mad because you've been lying to her all the time. And she already don't respect you. That's why she gonna come over there and throw a monkey wrench in your plans at home. Don't get yourself Irv Gotti around here, man. By trying to mesh and blend with a woman who doesn't mesh and blend into your life. Stop believing that traditional marriage is a thing that you want to be involved in this particular society. Is it possible that you could find a woman who would be worthy under different circumstances? Yes, but it's not likely. When you take all the things that we value, it's just not likely. Every woman who's worthy of marriage is probably already married to someone. So the pickings are slim out here for men if you want something more serious than an occasional fling. If you want something more serious than friends with benefits, the pickings are slim out here. So let me tell you women something. It's not that we're afraid of commitment. We're just not foolish enough to commit to a woman who doesn't deserve that commitment. A la Devon Franklin, Meagan Good. Let's be realistic. Nobody else would have married this woman. The same way nobody else would have married Sierra. And women come into
Well, you just jealous.
Jealous of what? Jealous that he's a stepdad? I'm jealous that Russell Wilson is Future's child's stepdad. Why would I be? What is there to be jealous about? Let's be realistic, man. The problem is, this society tells women that they can do whatever they want to do. And they're okay with that. But they just ain't gonna get no man worth having. And if they're okay with that, fine, we're okay with that. That's why you don't hear me talk about the passport brothers. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If you are not equipped to accept the fact that you had better pick up the pimp principles to apply to your relationship strategy, because modern women have definitely applied the working girl mindset to their particular strategy. They don't want to be married. They want to divorce their husbands and have a child as a single mom. Whenever a society gets to the point where single motherhood is a position of power and women feel empowered to raise a child by themselves or raise 2 children by themselves because they can make a little money, relationships are done. But you can be fool enough to keep trying it if you want to. All the women who were worthy of that position in your life, look around you. You already see them with rings on their fingers. Any woman who wants to be married in this particular society is already married. And by want, I don't mean,
Ooh, I wish I had a husband to take the bills off me.
I mean a woman who was raised and built for it. And the highlight of her life is being a wife and a mother. You can find one, but she's going to be with that dude over there. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hear what you men have to say. I'm out.